Harold Heischober Field at Virginia Beach Sportsplex, the site for USL League 2 action with a shot at the Chesapeake Division title still in the balance for Virginia Beach United. They host the Virginia Marauders here on a Wednesday night from Virginia Beach. A steamy Wednesday as temperatures sitting in the mid-90s throughout the day, still 90-ish here as we approach in on kickoff. I'm Isaac Berkey, he's Nick King. Virginia Beach comes into this one a record of 5-1-1, sitting 3 points back with a game in hand of Lionsbridge for the lead in the Chesapeake Division. The Virginia Marauders come into this one 1-6-0, but Virginia Marauders winning their last match, a 2-1 victory, and 2 of their 3 goals on the season coming in that one. Nick, for Virginia Beach, big points on the line here as they really control their own destiny. A matchup with Lionsbridge waiting down the road, but they got to get through these one at a time if they want to keep a shot at that Chesapeake title.
Yes, exactly, Isaac. It's hard to look at the now when you're looking ahead at a showdown with Lionsbridge that will likely decide the Chesapeake Division title. Both teams currently sitting with an even 1-1 in the tie and loss department. So it's going to come down to that victory if both teams win the remainder of their games. But in order to do that, Virginia Beach has to show up tonight, and this is a Marauders team that's playing the best soccer we've seen it play since last year. The Virginia Marauders just snapped their 8-game winless streak. And you know they've probably felt their mojo in that game, probably got excited, tasted victory for the first time, and I'm sure they want to taste it again. So Virginia Beach cannot get sloppy tonight. They have to stay on top of things. They have to play their brand of soccer, and they have to come away with a victory.
For head coach Mills and company, Virginia Beach looking to continue what's been the best start in club history, looking to parlay that as they take this matchup. They own the all-time season or the all-time record against the Virginia Marauders, winning each of the previous 2 matchups, those coming last season. 2 of the 3 goals scored by VBU last year against these Marauders coming from members still on this VBU roster in Juan Bamba Hermoso and Ben Wilkinson, but top to bottom in this VBU lineup, they've shown that there's some firepower to be had, and it's not just centralized in one area. It's throughout the lineup.
It definitely is, and unfortunately one of those key pieces tonight that we're talking about, firepower, Alexander Moody will be out, but other guys have returned, and they've returned strong. Isaac, if we were sitting here a year ago after a 7-0 loss to Christos that happened exactly a year and 2 days ago, nobody in their right minds would think that Virginia Beach United would be fighting for a chance with pretty much a mainly same unit, a cohesive unit for a Chesapeake Division title. But here we are, and it's because of that veteran experience. Guys like Bomba Hermoso and Franco Trodati leading the way, Cooper Kieran as well. The attack is the youngest group, and honestly, they might have performed the best this year. Taylor, Murphy, and that middle guy kind of switching out tonight. We'll get to who it is, but this Virginia Beach United team is playing the best soccer it's ever played, and it's likely due to that veteran experience on this lineup.
And we'll get into those starting lineups as we see both teams taking the pitch tonight. The Marauders in the all-yellow and VBU in the blue tops, red shorts. First, the starting lineup for the Marauders, running through that, it'll be Thomas Viscuso, the Lynchburg product, in goal. From there, working our way out, it's going to be Akhtarzandi Das, George Califf, Dominic Oliva, Mateo Leach, Luke Barger, Jose Alvarado, Abdul Kabani, Arya Kimiavi, Winston Johnson, and Trevor Lucci-Lip, rounding out the starting 11 for the Marauders. And for the home side for VBU, going to hand it off to you with the starting lineup for the guys in blue.
All right, thank you, Isaac. In net, no surprise, it's Griffin Potter. 0.57 goals allowed on average in USL2 play, nothing short of fantastic. Running out the defensive unit, it's nothing special, nothing surprising. Franco Trodati, Josh Condit, Bomba Hermoso, and Jonathan Lighting. In the midfield, we have some new faces, however. PK Stoffel, Cooper Kieran, obviously stalwarts of that midfield, but Campbell Stalker making his first appearance on the year, lining out the midfield. And up top, it's Ethan Taylor, Juan Valiente making his first USL 2 start, and Sammy Murphy. That's the starting 11 for your Virginia Beach United.
And you mentioned the back end of that VBU lineup. More to come on that. Is certainly that's been a strong point for this VBU team. But we're going to step aside. Actually, we're just a few moments ahead of the national anthem, so we'll talk about it. That VBU back end, a goal differential so far of +9 this year. You mentioned it's nothing crazy, nothing changed, but that back line has been pretty darn good for VBU this season.
Pretty darn good on a national scale, Isaac. Virginia Beach United's 4 goals allowed on the season, granted that also has part to do with Griffin Potter, is best in the Chesapeake Division and 3rd best in all of USL 2. That's 128 teams that United is right now sitting 3rd across, only behind 2 teams that, quite honestly, probably don't play in as tough a division as the Chesapeake.
And so for Griffin Potter and that VBU backline, they'll look to keep things going, keep that on the line against the Marauders team. We mentioned 1-6 on the season, but coming off of a victory in their last match, trying to take some of that momentum. 3 goals on the year, 2 of those came last time out, so we'll see what they have. National anthem coming up in just a minute, then opening kickoff. Virginia Beach United and the Virginia Marauders in USL League 2 soccer coming right up.
The young men and women proudly wearing our nation's military uniform in harm's way around the world. Our national anthem.
So opening kickoff moments away. You see the 2 teams there. The Marauders in all gold with blue numbers on the back, blue socks. Virginia Beach United in the blue tops, red shorts. Coming into this one, and we've mentioned it, a Chesapeake Division title hanging in the balance on the line for VBU. They've got that long-awaited rematch with Lionsbridge coming up just after the 4th of July, but before that, they've got to win this one against the Marauders, and then they've got to face Christos here on Saturday night. So 2 matches they certainly can't look past.
They can't look past, but they should win if we're looking just at a statistical point. Christos sits 5th in the Chesapeake Division, and Virginia Beach walked away from Baltimore in its first matchup with the football club with a 1-1 draw, a draw that they gave up in the 80th minute. A draw, that has felt like a loss in the locker room. So you know they're going to come into Saturday's match hungry, and tonight they're coming off a pretty nasty loss in a friendly against DC United U23. I'm sure these guys are pumped up just like the sun because it is blazing hot outside. But Isaac, a matchup we're not necessarily talking about is the Charlottesville one. Virginia Beach can still make the postseason. Obviously, you don't like to think this way, but if you're looking at it from a numbers perspective, they could still make the postseason with a win at Charlottesville and a loss at Lionsbridge. However, if they beat Lionsbridge, there's still no guarantee that they make the postseason, regardless as to what happens at Charlottesville. It's going to be an interesting way, but it starts here. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm running my mouth. it starts right now with the Virginia Marauders and a chance to tie Lions Bridge in first place.
We can do all the what ifs, ifs, buts, this and that, but at the end of the day for VBU, they control their own destiny. If they go on to win every match the rest of the way, they're going to be looking at not only a Chesapeake Division title, but a spot in the playoffs. Of course, the top 2 teams in the Chesapeake Division getting spots in the USL League 2 playoffs. So the question for United becomes whether or not they're going to be able to seize the opportunity and grab one of those 2. But as you mentioned, starts here against the Marauders. We see a little bit of a different opportunity for some players. You mentioned Juan Valiente, the Barry product, getting his first start at the USL 2 level. However, he certainly grabbed the opportunities when he's had them for VBU and friendlies the last few weeks.
He sure has. 3 goals scored in 2 friendlies. He's been nothing short of dominant. He's a great off-the-ball player, sometimes struggles with hanging on to that rock a little too long, but he can strike it, especially if he gets a nice little cross and it's a little 1 or 2 touch. Valiente is dangerous in the middle, and it's largely due to his 6'2 frame.
We are underway here as VBU sends it back, and Stalker will get his first touches. Another player to mention, the Siena commit, one of the youngest players on this roster.
Him and Micah Whalen, the only 2 high schoolers, college commits that have set to start in USL play this season. As he got his first touch at all, Whalen has appeared in a few matches thus far, but Stalker making his first appearance tonight.
VBU just kind of feeling things out. They'll utilize that back end we mentioned, looking for opportunities, gaps in the defense. Against the DC United U23 team, we saw several mishaps, we'll call them, where DC United able to pull Virginia Beach offside. See if there's a little bit more attention to detail on that one as the through ball played far side. Taylor, corner of the box, settles. Tries to feed up top. That was Stalker. Couldn't get it to him. Hermoso tracks it down at midfield. Gives back to Murphy.
This Marauders team playing 5 defensemen tonight, so I would not be surprised if it did indeed try to draw Virginia Beach offsides. The defense for the Marauders has not been fantastic. 22 goals allowed on the season. That's the most in the division. So anything that they can get away with, whether it be sneaky or not, like drawing a team offsides, they're definitely going to take. So don't be shocked if that indeed does happen.
First set piece opportunity, left side here, as the wall getting pushed back just a little bit. Taylor and Trinidadi there to take for VBU. Taylor into the box. Hermoso is there, but just over his head. Good idea. They had the captain backing up, just couldn't connect with him.
Unfortunately not, and Hermoso's definitely frustrated. I'm sure he's itching for a goal. He scored his lone one early on, second game of the season against Nova FC. Hasn't felt the back of the net since. You sure his eyes widened there as he saw another golden opportunity like the one he had, similar play against DC United U23 on Saturday.
And you mentioned Nova, this Virginia Marauders side with a little bit of a Nova flavor to it from the last couple of seasons, but also a handful of Gonzaga Collegiate High products spotting through the roster. So a little bit of a familiarity amongst each other. However, also a handful of collegiate teammates of the VBU players. There's a good ball played through to Taylor, far side once again. Looks for the cross, tries to dance his man. And the feed off of the foot, it'll be out. And that one going to go for a goal kick. Taylor had a few bodies there in the middle, couldn't get it to him. But again, VBU finding Taylor on that far side. He's able to outrun his defender and try to have some space to create something.
That's where he's best. 3 assists on the year in USL 2 play, 3 assists in friendlies, and most of them come from that far or near side. None of them have come from inside the numbers. Taylor absolutely phenomenal when he's using his cross to his advantage, and he was looking for Valiente there 2 of the goals that Valiente did score in corners came off crosses just like the one Taylor tried. Definitely a good idea there for United.
As goal kick played out to midfield and collected once back by the Marauders. They'll move near side and just try to find the other side of midfield. Long ball played across up in the air. Hermoso. Second chance. Bomba plays over. Cooper Kieran. Near side. Murphy, a little tap back. That one goes out, and it's going to be off the Marauders. As right there for the visitors was Johnson. Excuse me, Cabani. Played it out off him.
Yeah, the Marauders actually doing a relatively nice job of creating some troubles for Virginia Beach around the midfield line. Virginia Beach has done a nice job once it's gotten up as to creating offensive scoring opportunities, but actually getting it beyond that midfield section has been challenging early, especially in the heat. It's definitely not fun for these guys.
Chance for Murphy. He's already had one beautiful cross, but caught up by the turf monster. On all fours, couldn't get up quick enough. Ball taken away Marauders, and they'll just clear it out to the other end.
I wonder if there's something going on with that turf there. Murphy, took a spill there on Saturday, as well as a couple other players. He's still crouching down. We hope he's okay. United's going to need him moving forward. But that's the second time in 2 straight games we've seen him lose his footing.
Midfield, pass to Tredati. He'll play up Murphy. On his feet, looks fine. Nice cross right through, but looked like he couldn't necessarily decide if he wanted to cross it or put it on goal. Put it through the football uprights, slotted it, however, out for a goal kick for the Marauders. Just under 6 minutes gone, opening half. Offensively, it's really been all VBU here in the opening stages as they've kind of controlled the pressure and controlled the play.
They have controlled the pressure and the play, just as you said, Isaac. Several crosses inside, none of them really landing, however, as Murphy actually takes a trot to the sidelines. He was feeling what seemed to be his nose, might have drawn blood on that collision a few minutes ago with a defenseman. We hope he's okay. I doubt they'll call a substitution. He just might take a breather in the box. But United's offense, once it gets past the 30-yard line on this field, about 40 yards outside the net, has been dangerous, and they've been in striking territory. Despite the 5 guys back for the Marauders, they are having a difficulty dealing with Virginia Beach.
And, of course, with Murphy heading over to check with our trainers. Always a great time to thank the beautiful training staff, brought to you by CHKD here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, making sure he is all good to go. See him meander back to midfield. So Murphy will be back out momentarily, without a doubt. Meanwhile, VBU trying to make quick work with one man down. Kieran swings it around to Hermoso. Cross field. VBU keeping possession. Good work that time. Sent back. This one going to be lighting. Looking for Valiente. Can't connect with him. Trodati tries to track it down in the corner. Just couldn't get there. And it'll be out for a throw-in for VBU. 8th minute. Early stages of this one, but Virginia Beach certainly applying the pressure and giving Viscuso the opportunity to make sure he's on his game. Murphy off the throw-in. Marauders just cleared out. And Hermoso will cut it off and go for a throw-in. Trinati will take the throw-in just a little bit further up, though. Gets nabbed trying to sneak his way up the pitch.
Vicuso has been busy. Griffin Potter back there, he could be reading a book right now for all we know. Not a whole lot of action on that side of the field, but Vicuso on his heels early, cannot blink, or you might see something fly past his head. This Marauders offense, as we mentioned, only 3 goals on the season. That's worse than USL 2 out of 128 teams, struggling to get things moving early following a 2-1 victory on Saturday.
Viscuso out of Lynchburg, collegiate teammates with VBU's Aiden Cass. A handful of those college connections here dotting both sides of the lineup as we get into this one.
It's no secret that Virginia Beach definitely has a Virginia Wesleyan flair to it. But Arya Kimiavi, number 16 for the Marauders.
Pass intercepted, chance shot, but the offside flag goes up. So Potter gets his first chance to get his big old mitts on the ball, but not going to matter for anything. So he will just set it and reset. But as you were saying, Kimiavi, also a Marlin.
Yes, and on the collegiate level this past year, 19 games played, 3 assists, no goals scored. Just finished his junior year, definitely going to see an increased role come senior year when guys like Alexander Moody, one of Virginia Beach United's captains, moves on. As we were talking, Potter probably had to fold a page on his book there, take a little break.
As Trinati tried to sink one through the defense for Murphy, couldn't quite get it to him. Blocked out and away as Cabani takes the throw in for the Marauders. Takes a 10-yard stroll up the sideline, tosses one in, and Hermoso will regroup for VBU.
The Marauders are just simply playing sloppy. When they play cohesive and when they play tight, they've gotten the ball within striking distance. We saw it just there, a slight mistake coming on the offsides, but you saw it just moments ago, a lackadaisical throw and led to an easy Virginia Beach United possession.
As collision there, just shy of midfield. Ball was a little bit too far ahead of Oliva. Murphy tried to cause the turnover, nothing going. As the Marauders play one back, swing it around. And moving up the pitch is Lucci Lip. Stolen away, United. Play for Valiente. Outruns his man, hemmed in the right corner. Tries to dance away, gets away from one. Plays back up. They'll look to swing it around. Kieran back to the captain, standing at midfield. Side tap with Trinati. The collegiate teammates making things work here for VBU. Murphy to the middle. Wanted a little chip and go. Looked like Taylor was there, just miscommunication, and the whistle going to go on Kieran. Physical collision there in the middle on Khalif. And so it'll be a free kick for the Marauders.
You don't see a whole lot of bruisers in soccer, Isaac, but if Virginia Beach had one, it would be Cooper Kieran. Completely unselfish player, willing to do whatever he's asked. Just got a little ahead of himself there, and the Marauders were able to draw the penalty, get possession of the ball on a set piece.
Creeping into the 13th minute here from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, 0-0 the score, but certainly the play has been mostly VBU so far. A dribbler of a shot goes right into Potter's hands. He'll wave his wand, scoop it up, and chuck it back the other direction, giving to Kieran.
Kieran going to be responsible for a lot of what goes on in the midfield tonight, especially considering Alexander Moody's absence after he went down Saturday with an apparent leg injury. We have not heard any news as to the severity of it. But Kieran, a veteran on this team, going to see an increased role tonight as Virginia Beach looks to tie Lionsbridge FC for first place in the Chesapeake Division.
Marauders swing around. Taylor pressures on with Valiente. Ball taken back. VBU going to collect. Condit. Takes his time to move through. Cross to Trinati. Jersey Pool gets to Murphy. Meg's one man. Trinati on the run. Has a couple coming to the middle with him. Tries to center. And that one pushed out by the Marauders. It'll be a throw in for Trinati.
Nice move by Murphy. Tridati with a nice recovery. Just a great play there by the Marauders defense.
Into the middle, chance, and Viente taps it over. Good look from Tridati. Two United players were there, but they just sent it over the crossbar. We'll stay at 0-0.
That's where Valiente is most dangerous. I mentioned earlier how he's best as a 1 or 2 touch player. We saw him dribbling far side just minutes ago and nearly lost handle of the ball. That's where he's best, and he traditionally has finished there this year. Has not missed from inside the net like that, coming off a set piece, especially on a 1-touch. An unruly and uncommon miss from Juan Valiente, and Virginia Beach throws away its best scoring opportunity of the night.
Near midfield, pushed back up. Lighting. Pressure being applied. That's Johnson. He had each of the Marauders' goals in that 2-1 victory. Pushed across, taking Marauders muffed. It's going to be Kabani who has to recollect and play over. Marauders will try to regroup far side of the pitch. Tapped back in with time is Viscuso.
Apart from being kept busy so far tonight, Viscuso might be the luckiest guy on the pitch. He's wearing white and has shade. Count me in. All he needs is a little fan back there, and he's set for good. He's set for the rest of the night.
He's had his opportunity to move and try to kind of catch a breeze of his own. As the shade slowly engulfing that whole side of the pitch, Tridati can't track down the long ball, so it's going to go out for a throw-in for the Marauders. But VBU once again using this left side of the pitch and using Tridati trying to set him up for an opportunity.
Him and Taylor are best at that far and near side cross. Taylor with 3 assists, Tridati with 1, but Tridati 6 assists on college, 5 of them coming from outside the box.
Swung back through, Lighting. Gap in the middle. Tried to connect with Taylor. Tridati going to track it down. Just keeps it in, gives back to Hermoso. To the middle. Tempted little give and go just out of the reach. And not going to kick through. So, Marauders able to get a little bit of time. Viscuso just going to boot one towards the middle of the field. VBU certainly keeping the pressure on. Hermoso at midfield. Feeds Murphy on the run. Trying to get the left foot free. He's shoved down. No call. Ball goes off Hermoso and out whistle goes as Murphy is still down and Viscuso just takes a little step over him. An official coming to check him out.
I'm sure if any United players saw that, they didn't take too kindly from the action there by Viscuso, acting as if Murphy was Tyronn Lue and he was Allen Iverson in the 0-1 finals. If you get the reference, you get the reference. Murphy shaken up twice now so far tonight. Seems to walk this one off. We hope he's okay once again. Definitely not the best sight to see your second leading scorer on the turf like that 2 times in less than 20 minutes.
That said, multiple opportunities once again. VBU certainly trying to use this near side of the field. Almost seems like they're attacking Khalif. Using Murphy's speed as thrown right through the middle of the field was Stoffel.
It seemed as though Oliva grabbed the right shoulder of Stoffel, which drew the whistle. Some chippiness in the last few minutes, Isaac.
And certainly the frustration mounting from the Marauders. Really not much opportunity to possess as ball is swung across Right side, dancing around one man, Lighting. Plays on the run. Taylor tries to track it down. Pushed up to the sideline. Condit taps. That's just going to roll out. It'll be a throw in for the Marauders. Here in the 19th minute, 0-0 the score, but certainly the field tilting in the VBU favor early on in this one.
Yeah, but it's definitely impressive that this Marauders team has been unrelenting. No goals allowed, and it seems like United has possessed the ball for 16 of these 19 minutes. And nonetheless, still no goals scored from Virginia Beach. Maybe even some mounting frustration within the offense. They've had so many chances. They've been so close they can almost taste it. But they haven't gotten what they want yet.
Almost feeling like a repeat of what we've seen, including last year against the Marauders, where VBU pounding away last year against these Marauders. A 2-0 victory, but both goals came late with the 70th and the 74th minute. We'll see what tonight has in store. Is out to midfield. Ayente wrapped around the midsection, but VBU comes away with possession. Taylor has a man. Keeps, gives to Stoffel, looking to center. That one out. Tipped by the keeper, right back out. Nice little grab behind the goal line by Stoffel, out for a corner kick for VBU. We see Tridati trotting to take it. And an opportunity on the set piece for VBU.
First corner of the night, which is a little surprising considering how much Virginia Beach has possessed the ball on this side of the field. Nonetheless, this is where United does a lot of its damage. Tridati, one of the two men on the squad that take the corners, the other being the left winger, Ethan Taylor.
He settles, right foot into it, curling towards the goal, and up to grab it was Viscuso as he collects and pounces right down. Good look from Tridati, maybe more of a shot than a pass on that one, but a dangerous opportunity nonetheless.
Good look by Tridati and a nice play by Viscuso. If he doesn't get his hands on that, Cooper Kieran is looming right behind him for an easy head. He even made slight contact with Viscuso. But the Lynchburg product made a nice save. Kept this game at 0-0.
Up towards midfield. Johnson tries to possess but can't. VBU, a little bit of a reset on the defensive half, as the gap was there in the middle of the field. Kieran has to fight to get it back and will. United near side. Murphy gets past one. Dances his way to the middle. Long shot blocked. Kieran will hold. Pressure applied. Gives Tridati. Into the box. Curling up and out. That one's just going to bounce over the fence behind the goal, but another good look, another good opportunity coming from this left side of the pitch, and Sammy Murphy right in the middle of it.
He is right in the middle of it, but he almost is holding on to the ball a second too long. There's been a few instances where these Marauders defenders have been able to stick a foot out or get in front of him to make him trip himself up to stifle any momentum that Virginia Beach had on that certain possession. Obviously, United got the ball back, and Tridati sailed across or shot whatever it was supposed to be almost into the forest. But Murphy, if he can just give that up a second earlier, United will be in a better position.
Stoffel tries to connect with Taylor on the run. He's there. Defense is there also. And they stalled him just enough that Viscuso could come up to collect it. Marauder keeper with a few choice words for Valiente.
He's been chippy early, and this Marauders team, this starting 11 that they have, 5 cards tallied so far, several more among the reserves. They're a chippy bunch compared to United, which is honestly more mild-mannered, especially with the starters and the veterans. Don't be surprised if you see some cards starting to be waved as we progress down this game, because several players have already been grabbed by Marauders when going after the ball.
Lighting trying to dance between a trio of Marauders. Ball taken off his feet. He'll move, gap back inside. Far side of the pitch opportunity. Man just slipping past the defense. Into the offensive end, no go. Hermoso takes it away, grabbed by the collar. Tries to chip it ahead, knocked down, and we're going to get a whistle. As that time it was, it looked like Oliva, who literally would have, if he'd held on a little bit longer, would have had a horse collar tackle on Hermoso.
It's been 3 of them. It's been Oliva, Lucci-Lip.
Into the box, chance that went up and scooped up. And tested once again is Viscuso. He's got a handful of saves already here in the 25th minute.
My bad, Isaac. Didn't mean to cut you off, but it's been Barger, Lucci-Lip, and Oliva tugging at the jersey, grabbing at the waist, especially on these VBU transition attacks. The officials need to pay better attention to this. They haven't seemingly issued a warning whatsoever, and the Marauders getting away with an advantage that they should not be getting away with right now.
Ball played back. Hermoso boxing his man out. Will tap to Potter. Pressure applied on Potter from Barger, but just cleared out. Murphy tries to track down left side. Has a man behind him. Looks to give to Trotti. It's going to get deflected to him. Big left foot into it. Back post out. The ball is still there, bouncing around and sent wide. A couple of good opportunities for VBU. However, the young stalker can't send it home. It'll be a goal kick.
What a legendary moment that would have been for the 18-year-old. First USL2 appearance, scores the opening goal. Had a great look just off the volley. Couldn't get it to fall, just left of the net. Another nice United play, and its best opportunity as Viscuso was drawn out of the net. He's been fantastic. He stifled that possession initially with the fist, punching that ball out. Stalker just couldn't finish the play, and we're still level at 0-0.
VBU once again using the left side of the pitch, and the speed coming from Murphy and Trotti. Those two getting a lot done as we see it again here. Played to Murphy, trying to cut, shot bouncing out. A little too much of a hop, and Viscuso scoops it up. He was trying to connect with Stoffel or Taylor. Couldn't quite get it to either of them. Marauders just trying to get out of their own defensive quarter of the field.
It's clear right now that Virginia Beach sees a liability on the Marauders side, and it's Kickoff. Number 5 on the near side has been targeted time and time again. Him and Cabani both getting tested early on, and although they have not let in a goal, they haven't really passed, and expect to see United continuing to go to that near side for the remainder of the first half while these two cats are still in.
Ball back near side. Murphy feeds Trotti. Space to the middle. A little bit too much space and too much time. Ball played back, and Hermoso draws the whistle. That time it's Barger.
Flip the ball in the direction of Hermoso. Now giving some words to the official. He has 1 card so far this year. Let's see if he earns himself a second. A couple of jersey tugs and some mouthing. He's on their radar, to say the least.
The Shepherd product. Not too far from where the Marauders call home. Murphy, past one, looks to cross in. That went off the defender and looked like it might have gone out, but right there was the defender on the line just to keep it in. Marauders trying to counterattack all the way down in the offensive end. VBU going to play it back to Potter, who scoops up and will hold. Almost a little miscommunication with lighting, but no harm, no foul. Potter rolls to Kieran.
Could have been a disaster there. Would have been awful if, after all this work United has put in on the offensive end, an own goal trickled into the net. Would have been rather ironic, but that didn't happen. United fans thankful. But Potter getting increasingly busy now as we near the 30th minute.
Pass from Condit went right to Barger, and a little bit of frustration on the VBU side as Hermoso letting Condit know, hey, I'm right here, just put it in my feet, as opposed to trying to air that one out. However, 29th minute, we're going to get a stoppage for water. as the temps still sitting above 90 degrees here tonight at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
For 3 minutes.
So 28 and a half minutes in. VBU and the Virginia Marauders sitting at zeros each. We've talked about it. VBU, the offense has been the story, just unable to break through to this point. The chances have been there, but Viscuso has been good so far for the Marauders. It feels like, though, it's just a matter of time before one of those is going to trickle past him, and VBU is going to be sitting ahead.
It feels like we're watching an hourglass, and we're just watching the sand trickle further and further down. And eventually that last particle of sand is going to fall. And when that last particle of sand falls, that ball will be in the back of the net. Virginia Beach has done nothing but attack, attack, attack. They just have yet to capitalize. It's only going to be a matter of moments. These guys are high-level players. If you give them what has seemingly been 25 of 29 minutes on attack, you give them that ratio-wise, say 80 out of the 90 minutes of pure offense, one is going to find its way into the back of the net unless Viscuso somehow turns into prime Tim Howard and stops shot after shot after shot, which I frankly just don't see happening. It's going to be a matter of time before United strikes. What the Marauders need to do right now is figure out a way to slow the game down, get themselves some more timely possessions. Because right now, aside from Tradati, who's been trotting up and down the pitch, this United defense has not gotten a whole lot of work in.
And the other thing to keep an eye on as we move through this one, the water breaks, the temperatures the way they are. Marauders are sitting with one, maybe two subs on the sideline, whereas Virginia Beach, a fully stocked bench, and a stocked bench with players who have experience at this level, have had success at this level. So something to keep an eye on as the legs get tired. Do we maybe see some of these names come off the Virginia Beach bench to try to get a fresh spark if we're sitting at 1-0 or even sitting still at 0-0?
I think there are a lot of guys that Coach Chris Mills wants to see, especially following a series of friendlies, including the one Saturday against DC United. Guys like Ben Wilkinson and Michael Whalen, other of these attack guys, Owen Ruddy, guys that might have to play the attack once some of these gentlemen go back to college towards playoff time. Sammy Murphy specifically, he might not be here when it comes time for USL 2 playoffs. So other guys are going to need to step up on this United roster, whether that be Phillips, Ruddy, or Wayland. It just depends on this defensive unit, one of the most overworked units on the pitch, in just sense of how much they do for this team. You want to have other guys go in there, give minutes as they get ready for the toughest stretch of the season. So expect Wilkinson and Cass to maybe get some playing time as well.
Murphy tracking it down at the end line, centering chance, ball in, shot. That one just kissed off and out for a corner kick. Viscuso once again, the golden hands, but corner number 2 for VBU upcoming. Once again, VBU using that near side and attacking. This time it was Cabani. Murphy beat him clean, got the pass in, just couldn't sneak one past Viscuso.
Listen, Viscuso was a second-team All-ODAC this past season for a reason. He doesn't let a lot of these go through. 0.86 goals allowed on average in 21 starts this year for Lynchburg. This is not his bread and butter in letting goals in. His job is to save them, and he does that exceptionally well.
Taylor into the box, up, and that one sent high and out. It'll be a goal kick for the Marauders, but good opportunity there once again. Both corners for VBU, leading to top scoring opportunities, just unable to capitalize.
It was Oliva and Valiente once again, who's now seemingly had 3 chances to place one in the twine. Once again unable to capitalize as the two tall men collided as they were going up for the header, and that ball could have gone either way. It goes in the direction of the Marauders, but another good look for Virginia Beach.
Up through midfield, Barger going to pass across. Hermoso collects, feeds over to Lighting. Has a man on the run, gives it to him. It's Taylor. Takes a look at the flag. Flag is down, so Taylor, Megs one, tries to cut through. Stepping up defensively, though, was Das. prevents Taylor from getting any more damage there. Up to midfield, header by Lighting. Work to Kieran, 32nd minute. 0-0 the score. Turf on the VBU offensive side of the pitch, certainly getting a work in. Ball played back, Stoffel, Tridati, deflected. Lighting collects, jersey was pulled, he keeps running through and will work over. This time Tridati perched on the right side of the field. Flag goes up, Tridati goes down. Murphy dances, feeds to the middle. Chance, that one gonna roll, and it'll be collected by Viscuso. Official having some words on the far side for, I believe it was Johnson after that collision with Tridati.
It was Johnson on the collision and Cabani on the jersey pull. This game getting physical early, and it's going to hurt more and more as these players get exhausted and more exhausted from the heat.
33 minutes into this one, 0-0 the score. Certainly not without opportunities as VBU pressuring Viscuso. He's just going to chip one cross pitch. Marauders trying to come up towards midfield.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. Slowing things down. You don't have to push the ball up on one swing of the leg. Take your time. Take off some of this possession. Let your defense get a little bit of a rest.
Valiente plays up, trying to pressure. Taken by VBU. Kieran through the middle of the pitch. Taylor. Centering chance, back post, header save, ball still there, played up, out to the near side, and another chance for Valente. Murphy now, back post, chance again, loose, shot off the crossbar. Ethan Taylor, the best chance yet, rockets it off the crossbar. He had Viscuso beat, just couldn't capitalize once again.
Maybe Viscuso has turned into prime Tim Howard. That save on the header was nothing short of great.
In for Hermoso. That one played up and out. That'll be a corner kick for VBU, but the boys in blue are buzzing. Something's bound to go their way sooner than later the way this one's feeling.
What a sequence there. Great looks from United. Taylor, a left foot swing, bounces off the crossbar. Unlucky for the JMU product, but Viscuso, part of that has to be the save. You saw him poke out a header off the noggin of Valiente. He's been busy, but he's been up to the call and he's been up to the challenge. And some of these saves he's making are fantastic. And there's no other way to describe them. And as I said, I might stand corrected. He might just be showing shades of Tim Howard. He's not there yet, though.
The 6-foot keeper out of Manassas looks for another big save here as he gets help from the defense. Off the corner played, it'll be Murphy. On the run, tries to center. That went off the defense. It'll be back for another corner kick for VBU. Ethan Taylor will slide down there to take it. 35th minute.
Yellow card to number 17, Winston Johnson for the Marauders.
As Winston Johnson getting a yellow card for the Marauders. That dating back to the collision with Tridati.
I think he might have also given the officials some lip after they called that previous corner out on the Marauders on Virginia. He thought it was out on United.
Taylor in. Chance. Kicked up. Header played back. And Valiente just tried to play it off the volley to keep it in, but he was out.
The Barry product just joking around there a little bit. Another United corner. This is usually where they're at their best. But it seems tonight the best looks they have had have come on these broken plays from crosses off the foot of Tridati and Taylor.
Tridati takes the corner, right foot into it, into the box. Header played back, shot And Hermoso finishes. It's 1-0 United in the 36th minute.
The hourglass ran out, and there was Hermoso to see it through. His first goal in over a month. United's leading scorer from a season ago marks his second of the year. And United off the corner finally gets one to go. Phenomenal play by Virginia Beach and Isaac. It only seemed, like you said, it was a matter of time.
The opportunities were mounting. VBU bound to capitalize off one. And not to be looked over was the play from the near side to send it back to Hermoso as the cross from the corner came all the way in. I believe it was Stoffel had the wherewithal to play it back where Hermoso was able just to capitalize and bang that one home to put VBU up 1-0. In correction, it was Condit who was able to play it back to Hermoso.
I'm not sold on that quite yet, Isaac. Some people tend to make mistakes. I thought as well it was Stoffel there. Looked like Stoffel. Nonetheless, a great play by Hermoso. He's been coming up more and more, creeping further inside the box as these games have progressed, becoming a greater and greater scoring threat. Finally gets one to fall.
Ball to the corner is Kieran boxes out his man and is hip toss to the ground. That'll be a goal kick for VBU. Snarky little move by the Marauders there as it was Barger setting it off as
Oliva made the tackle, I believe.
In correction, the whistle was on Oliva. So Potter's going to push it up, take the free kick. Potentially look to just boot this one all the way past midfield. That goes straight out. It'll be a throw-in just shy of midfield for the Marauders. VBU up 1-0, not 10-0 as the score showing here. Some technical issues in-house.
You know, Isaac, Oliva does not play sports at the collegiate level, but I'm sure that there are some schools that might need linebackers coming into the fall of the 2024 football season. That was a nice little tackle. I'm not sure if the hip drop's allowed anymore at the collegiate level, but people might want to give him a shot. Good technique.
The free kick going to be set up just shy of the 35-yard line. As you mentioned, the physicality from the Marauders side picked up for a stint as that one chipped up to Potter. And certainly frustration an aspect of that as he has a nice long punt ahead. Valiente gets ahead on it in the box. Flag goes up. That one out. They're going to say he was offside. And so the reset will go to the Marauders here in the 40th minute. VBU up 1-0. Goal from Hermoso in the 36th. He had the opening tally the last time these two teams played. Has one again tonight. He's becoming rather fond of playing these Marauders, I'm sure. Ball booted towards the middle of the pitch. Off the volley. Collected by Stalker for VBU. He has pressure applied, but just going to swing it back around.
You can see United now not as urgent to move the ball up the pitch. They've scored their goal, and they're willing to take their time now. They feel as if they were already in control, but now they're driving solo. Can maybe afford to lose a few minutes.
Played across. Murphy has Trinidadi with him. Cuts to the middle. Shot wanted to arc that upper 90. Just too much underneath. It goes out. 41st minute. Murphy again. He's had the opportunity cutting across the middle. Just hasn't been able to place one under the pipe. And it's a goal kick for the Marauders.
He's had a couple shots. One of them was deflected high and regained by Stalker. That one sailed way through the uprights. He had a shot near side that looked as if it could have been a cross that also sailed through the uprights. Murphy just getting too far under that ball. Needs a more level shot if he hopes to tickle the twine.
Murphy, the Prospect, Kentucky native, playing collegiately for the Louisville Cardinals. Certainly has had a strong summer here for VBU and making his presence felt in this win.
This was an important summer for Murphy. 7 games played last year at the collegiate level. Definitely hoping to see an increased role.
Tridati looks to center. That one sent far side. Taylor boxes out and will take it. Whistle goes against Taylor. VBU not too happy with that call at all, but back to Sammy Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy, like I said, he's looking to increase every aspect of his game this summer in hopes of getting more playing time. You and I both know, Isaac, that ACC soccer is no joke. I'm a little biased, but I believe it's the best conference in all of collegiate soccer. So in order to compete at that level, Murphy trying to up his game in any way he can, and it seems as if he's increased his skill set, his shot, and his defense as the season has progressed.
The collegiate soccer scene, certainly one with some interesting conference alignments, as some might make the argument that the Sun Belt, the premier conference in men's soccer, the likes of Kentucky, Marshall, Old Dominion here locally, James Madison, other schools dotting through with national title contenders every year.
I mentioned my bias, Isaac, but I'm going to stick to it. Kieran, though, did have a chance to play at Kentucky before he transferred to Lipscomb, won the 2022 Sun Belt Championship, and before Kentucky moved to the Sun Belt and was in Conference USA, he was a 2021 Conference USA champion. So he got the best of both worlds before he transferred over to Lipscomb, where he saw an increased playing role this past season. Might have been the conference tourney, Isaac.
As the centering played in, that one headed right back out. We're going to get another opportunity.
Yes, it was the Conference USA Tournament champion in 2021, I believe. I talk too much. I'm beginning to get fact-checked over here.
Also coming out of that conference in recent history, the national champions out of Huntington, West Virginia, the Marshall Thundering Herd. Another top-notch program placing several players into the top ranks of U.S. professional soccer as well. So all that to say, Conference USA, the Sun Belt, the ACC, both kind of fighting for national prominence when it comes to soccer. And, of course, the other conferences dotting this lineup, we mentioned Tridati and Hermoso playing at Charleston. Golden Eagles, a Division II powerhouse. Virginia Wesleyan making a push at the Division II level. And with that, we're going to get a quick pause for halftime as the whistle goes and VBU taking a 1-0 lead into the locker room. Certainly could be a lead that sat at 5, 6, maybe even 7 after the opening half. But Chris Mills has to be happy with what his side's been able to do.
He's got to be happy. We saw the scoreboard operator's opinion. He thought it should be 10. Nonetheless, Mills has got to be happy. His team has a lead. It's been in control, and it has not been threatened on defense. That's all you could ask. His team is playing up to their level and honestly not down to their level of competition, which is what you want to see out of a team that's fighting for first-place contention. Regardless if the lead is 7, 6, or 5, it's not going to matter in the points category in the standings whether Virginia Beach walks away with a 1-0 victory or a 7-0 victory. Might be a little cooler to say. But United's certainly happy it has the lead, and that's strictly all it cares about.
But something to keep an eye on as we head into the second half is at what point does goal differential come into? We mentioned VBU controlling their own fate. Goal differential certainly coming into effect. Should they find themselves in a tie with Lionsbridge, the opportunity for VBU could come down to goal differential. So we'll see what the second half looks like, what substitutions are made, who stays on, who comes off. All that to say, second half soccer coming right up. VBU leading the Virginia Marauders 1-0 after the first.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Kellam High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Hanover Reader Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryan Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy it in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment, with a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part, Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than...
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach. Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment, with a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part? Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Back at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex and Harold Heischober Field. I'm Isaac Berkey. He's Nick King. Virginia Beach United leading the Virginia Marauders 1-0 after 45 minutes of play. And Nick, we talked about it in that opening half, but the Marauders, if it wasn't for one Thomas Viscuso, this could very easily be a 5-6-7-0 game right now.
Very easily. When you said we talked about it in the first half, I was nervous but also excited that you were going to bring up what conference in collegiate soccer is the best, but I'm happy to talk about the game at hand. Listen, Viscuso has been fantastic. He's the reason that the Marauders are still within reach of this game. United, as you mentioned, could be up 5-6-7-0 right now, but thanks to Thomas Viscuso, this game sits at 1-0. But with that being said, the Marauders have done nothing on the offensive side. Its best look has come on a turnover by Virginia Beach that changed into an offsides call. If the Marauders want to work their way back into the game and thank Viscuso for all the work he's done, they need to start performing on the offensive side, because right now it's been a no-show from the front five for the Marauders.
VBU seeming to start half number 2 the same way they started half number 1 as far as lineup goes. The Marauders will do the same. However, their bench much shorter here in the heat. VBU with a full bench and inevitably expected to go to that bench at some point and sort things out, get some guys some action, but one goal is only one goal. What we saw in the first half could very easily change. So despite controlling the first half, VBU still a tall task at hand to close this one out, looking for win number 6 on this season and putting themselves back into a tie for first place in the Chesapeake Division.
What a feat that would be, especially going into this latter stretch of the season. A home game against Cristo Saturday to wrap up USL 2 play at the Sportsplex with a team sitting in first place would be legendary. It's never happened before for United. When talking about substitutions, yes, it's unfortunate that the Marauders only have 2 guys wearing pennies on their bench. United fully stocked with reserves. I'm not Chris Mills, but I can tell you some guys to keep an eye on for playing time. Expect the forward positions to get shuffled a little bit, so keep an eye out for either Sam Phillips or Owen Ruddy to get some PT midway through this second frame. On the defensive side, I expect to see either Aiden Cass or Ben Wilkinson as we move down the stretch toward the final whistle. A couple guys already stretching over there, and several of the reserves getting loose during the break. So it'll be interesting to see how Chris Mills handles his 1-0 lead and whether or not he chooses to work in a load of reserves or not.
Oliva will take the opening kickoff for the Marauders. You see the Marauders in the all-gold VBU blue tops, red shorts. Pressure applied immediately and just a Hail Mary sort sent into the offensive half of the pitch for the Marauders. VBU comes away and looks to pick back up where they left off in half number 1.
Marauders coming out a little bit more aggressive. They played 5 men back. A few seem to have creeped up as we begin this second half, clearly looking for a score.
1-0 the score, the goal for VBU coming off the foot of Bamba Hermoso in the 36th minute. That one goes out, and it'll be a goal kick for Virginia Beach. As Hermoso giving it to Potter. Most of his action so far in this one coming off of goal kicks, set pieces like that. Valiente near midfield tried to get it to Murphy. Just barely not enough on that ball to get through to him. We've seen Murphy using his speed in the opening half. We'll see if that continues in half number 2. Pressure from Stoffel. Ball played to the middle of the pitch. Sent over Taylor, right side. Played back. We saw VBU kind of sit, look for their shots in the opening stages of half number 1 as Stalker gets tied up right there with Kimiavi. Excuse me, Lucci Lip, a Marauder.
I know we're only 2 minutes in, Isaac, but the Marauders so far controlling the pace of this second frame, coming out with a second win and looking for some life as we begin the second half.
A little bit extra fire in the Marauders' boots to start half number 2. Header played away by VBU, Sammy Murphy. Between the legs of one man, well-timed tackle pulls the ball away from Murphy. Otherwise, he would have been hightailing back into the offensive half of the pitch. Ball going to be sent that way anyway. Marauders look to regroup in their own end.
If we're looking at the United sideline, it appears that Cass, Phillips, and Wayland are the 3 men in pennies stretching away from the bench. If we're looking at substitutions, keep an eye out for them as 2 more begin to head over to that area.
Ball played down, and Potter will let it roll out. Be a goal kick for VBU. 49th minute, 1-0. Virginia Beach United leading. Thanks to the great folks over at Wawa for helping make this one possible. As we mentioned, one more home game for VBU in USL 2 play this season. That coming Saturday against, Saturday as United tries to cap things off, hosting Christos and hoping to be sitting atop the Chesapeake Division after their final home game of this 2024 USL 2 season.
Well, it's not all final, Isaac. They do have a friendly at home on July 3rd. If you cannot make the final USL 2 match, you'll still be able to see your favorite Virginia Beach United players in action on that weekday night. But yes, final game in USL 2 play for the 2024 season coming up. But right now, these guys focused on closing this one out.
Long ball played through is Kieran just going to move it across.
Correction, number 8 replaces number 7, Mateo Leach.
As Mateo Leach coming out for the Marauders. In comes Matthew Martinez-Zelaya. So the Marauders trying to get a set of fresh legs, trying to get a spark as they trail only by 1. Fresh action here in half number 2 for the Marauders. Fresh energy. VBU maybe getting a little stale, a little settled in the locker room, feeling they were up, feeling they were kind of running the show. Coach Mills has to be telling his guys that he needs them to pick it back up. We'll see what happens with substitutions set to come on potentially at some point in the next 10 to 15 minutes for the home side. Meanwhile, Condit just going to play it back for Potter, who moves ahead to Kieran.
Let me tell you a little bit, Matthew Martinez-Zelaya. The young man has only appeared in 1 game of USL 2 action so far, totaling 23 minutes. So a massive opportunity for the forward tonight as he gets his second appearance on the season, hoping to see an increased role as the Marauders move down the stretch.
Viscuso, the keeper, very busy half number 1. Plays one out to the middle of the field. Lighting there, has help from Condit. His back scaled by the Marauder attack. Barger can't quite get it away from Hermoso. He'll move to Murphy. Left side of the pitch. That was the strong attack side for VBU in half number 1. Not so much here in half number 2.
Yeah, Virginia Beach was fantastic on the offensive side. Right now, they're kind of playing on their heels a little bit, as the Marauders are the team that is being a little bit more aggressive. With that said, it's been a lot of long balls like the one you just saw, trickling out of bounds or trickling back into United's possession. Nonetheless, Virginia Beach, no shots taken to start this second half, which compared to the first is quite a stark difference.
Hermoso trying to jumpstart the offense for VBU. His pass intercepted. Marauders a chance. VBU wanted the flag up. Barger going to shoot. That one goes wide.
Ethan Taylor yelling way too casual, and he's right. This United team coming out of a first half where they played high energy, high emotion, and high motor, seemingly running out of gas, running on E a little bit as we begin the second half. A lazy turnover there by Hermoso and a defense that didn't seem too anxious to get back in position. Thankfully, Barger missed. Potter was a little bit out of position as well, and that left side of the net was open.
Murphy trying to counter back the other way. Looks to cut to the middle. He's tripped up. We're going to see a card here as the official started to reach for his pocket. Instead, just waited, and VBU looks to set something up here. A good opportunity. Leading 1-0 here in the 54th minute.
We've already seen one card tonight coming on Winston Johnson, the Marauders' leading scorer, but also the team leader in cards, marks his 3rd of the season. This game was physical in the first half, clearly mulling over to the second.
Trinidadi steps in, back post, shot by Valiente. VBU is looking for maybe a call on their side, but not going to get it. They say Valiente was the last man to touch it. It'll be a goal kick for the Marauders here in the 54th minute.
Viscuso was not too pleased with his defense there, letting that ball kind of trickle to the far side off the foot of Trinidadi. Not a lot of bodies there to block the way of the ball as it neared the goal.
Turnover, middle of the field once more. Hermoso able to track it down, and a big shoulder check laid as he came across the middle. And tripped up was Valiente. It's going to draw the whistle on the Marauders.
Fans, in your quest to stay hydrated, go on over to the
things getting chippy. You saw the little shoulder bump there that knocked down Cabani in the exchange with Hermoso, and then right after following the sequence. Valiente tripped up, no card given. A discussion there between 3 Marauders and the official as to the happenings on the pitch. No yellow in sight.
Taylor and Tridati wait to address the wall. Tridati plays it into the box, header pushed out. Kieran finds it near midfield. Hermoso runs over the Marauder there. A whistle goes. It'll be a free kick as we start to see a few more whistles coming. The officials maybe sensing things picking up on the chippy level, trying to keep this one under control. Marauders restart play. VBU up 1-0, 56th minute. Murphy takes away on the sideline. They give to Valiente, boxes out his man. Chips sideline, on the run. Murphy looking to cut across into the box, tries to center. Slid out, and it's going to be a corner kick for VBU. Another good opportunity by Murphy. Good move attacking that defender, trying to create a little bit of extra space. And VBU gets the corner. We'll see what happens. We have a Marauder down, though, right in the middle of the box.
It's Kimiavi. The Marauders don't have substitutions to spare if Kimiavi does have to come out for the remainder of the match. United opened the second half not necessarily playing like a first-place team, Isaac. They seemed to play down to their competition, playing like this game was already in the bag. There's still 45 minutes left in this game at that time. Recently, however, after some chippy plays, United seemingly catching a second win, getting more action on the offensive side. Maybe this physicality igniting a fire within this Virginia Beach United squad.
58th minute, 1-0, VBU leading. A spicy Wednesday evening from the Sportsplex. Appreciate you joining us.
Looks like Kimiavi on one leg, limping off the pitch. I'm not sure if we will see a substitution if we're head over to the box, but it does not look like he can put any weight on his right foot. If I know my sides correctly, that's what it looks like to me.
And never something you want to see. Hoping the best for him.
That one strikes a little bit close to home, Isaac. He goes to Virginia Wesleyan. We mentioned it earlier. Several of these Virginia Beach United players attend Virginia Wesleyan. Definitely hoping their collegiate teammate is okay. Although they are enemies on the pitch tonight, they are still friends outside of it.
As substitution coming on for the Marauders, we'll have that for you in just a moment.
Yeah, Kimiavi clearly shaken up.
As it looks like it's Gabriel McGuire onto the pitch for the Marauders.
For the Virginia
Corner
Marauders,
kick, short.
Kimiavi comes out of the game.
Feeds up top, long shot, trying to send one top corner. Unable to get it there. Good look for VBU, though, as Taylor rolled off. A little give and go on the kick, but just sent it out. It stays 1-0 VBU, 59th minute.
But this is what we saw all first half, Isaac. Shots on shots on shots. Call Lil John, because he's telling United to take more and more as the night progresses. Another good look there from Virginia Beach. Just once again, having a hard time capitalizing, but we're kind of starting to see similarities with the first half. We might see another hourglass begin to trickle, and it's only a matter of time before another Virginia Beach score.
Meanwhile, run back the other way. Chance for the Marauders. That one goes out, and it's going to be a corner kick for the team out of Winchester.
McGuire, a John Champ High School graduate, just wrapped up his senior year at the high school level. Unsure if he will continue on to the collegiate level. Congratulations to him, though, Isaac.
That one played through, header pushed out. Up top, just misread. Pressure applied as Stoffel just a hair behind it. Marauders try to play into the box. Hermoso, the goal scorer, there to play it. Taken away. Marauders applying pressure. Long shot. Potter dives across and collects and holds on. But the Marauders putting the pedal down a little bit more and more, pressuring this VBU side, something we didn't see really much in half number one.
You stole my exact thought, Isaac. That's the toughest shot that Potter has faced all night. This Marauders team coming out definitely with an increased spark, playing like the hungrier unit as we begin this second half.
Thrown to the turf just outside the box was Stoffel. The Marauders then getting up in his face as
if
you can hear some of the fans screaming for a card, but Khalif got right into his face. A golden opportunity for VBU here.
Just remember, Johnson already has a yellow card tonight. He's the one that tackled Stoffel there. If he gets another, he's gone. And they don't have the substitutions necessarily to replace their leading scorer. Some chippiness might be an understatement at this point. It's getting hot. And I'm not talking about the temperature. I'm just talking about the attitude. It's getting really, really intense down there.
Couple of substitutions for VBU. In the meantime, it looks like Stalker's going to come off for Ruddy. And Valiente appears to be the other man coming off for VBU.
Looks like it's going to be Wayland for him. So Chris Mills makes his decision in the 62nd minute. Remember, Isaac, these two teams still have to face each other once more in just over 2 weeks. Regardless of whatever happens the remainder of this game, there's sure to be bad blood as that game brews in the distance.
Number 14, Michael Weiland, replaces number 6, Campbell Stalk.
Kick up and through the football uprights. That's going to go out, so the opportunity for VBU goes a little bit by the wayside.
Where Carter's down there serving up ice cold beverages.
Both Wayland and Ruddy have appeared in USL 2 matches. Wayland, 6 games played, 2 starts. He got the opening start against Lionsbridge. No other statistical recordings outside of the minutes mark, which he's played 230. Ruddy, on the other hand, 4 games played, a little less than the ODU commit in Wayland, but 250 minutes tallied, 3 games started for Ruddy, and another Old Dominion product as well.
Marauders pass, deflected, intercepted. Ruddy going to play across for Cooper Kieran. Swings over to Trudati. He lived on that left wing in half number 1. Hasn't seen much time there half number 2. Kieran cleans up through the midfield. Near side lighting. Taylor tries to dance around one man, has the ball stripped away. Marauders try to get over midfield, and they do. Pressure applied on Oliva as sent to the ground was Lucci Lip.
Isaac, we ended the first half talking about goal differential and how important that may be to break a tiebreaker between these top 3 teams in the Chesapeake Division, the other 2 being Lionsbridge and Charlottesville. I know Coach Mills was definitely pleased with the lead, but when does he stress goal scoring to his team?
And right now, VBU trying to get back on the attack offensively. They've found themselves hemmed in a little bit here in half number 2. 65th minute, leading 1-0. The goal from Hermoso in the 36th. Into the box. Hermoso is there. Kieran as well. Plays up near side for Taylor. Plays left side, just kept in and not was Stoffel as he tried to keep it on the line. Throw in for the Marauders. Good attack by Kieran. Good tackle, knocks it out, but it'll be a throw in for the boys in yellow.
Isaac, it's weird to say, but it almost seems like it's a matter of time before the Marauders begin to get some fantastic looks on goal the way they're commanding the possession of the ball midway through this second frame.
Certainly the Marauders controlling the paces. That one into the box. Potter goes up to get it. Marauders controlling the pace in half number 2 like we saw VBU do in half number 1. Owen Ruddy, one of the first substitutions for the home side, trying to spark some new life back into this side. Push back a little bit more to what we saw in the opening stanza. 66th minute, VBU up 1-0.
Ruddy played Saturday night, and he's played in most USL2 matches as a forward. That's not his usual position. At ODU, he's listed as a defenseman. Tonight, lined up in the midfield. Although it's not the same, it's likely an area of greater comfort for the ODU product.
Near side, as that one goes out, it'll be a throw-in for VBU. Trying to get some offensive pressure played right back, and there's the aforementioned Ruddy. Lighting on the run. Flag doesn't go up, but would have been offside, and they just boot it right out. It'll be a throw-in for United. Has to get back, chance right in, pressure applied. As standing on the doorstep was Wayland.
Viscuso making a gesture towards the official with a, almost using like a magnifying glass with his hands, mocking the guys in green, saying, look, look, he's offsides, use your eyes.
Never something that goes over well with the ones with the whistle.
No, the middleman didn't take too kindly to that. He stepped right up to the Lynchburg product and told him he's got to watch his step. He's been chirping a little early, even stepped over Sammy Murphy when the Louisville product was down on the ground to start, or midway through the first half, excuse me.
Up high, edge of the box. Header played over. Taylor is there. Ruddy tries to step in, pass across. Pressure on Stoffel, wants to turn and shoot. Collided with Lucci Lip. Ball comes out towards middle of the field. Certainly a little bit of extra swagger to Viscuso, as we've seen evolve throughout this one. And actions like that, though, can turn an officiating team against you very quickly and make those fine line could go one way or the other calls not go your way at all.
And the officials have been extremely lenient tonight. They're not using the whistle too much. It's seen increased use in the second half. First frame, a lot of jersey pulling, a lot of tackles, a lot of men to the ground. Not a lot of whistles in turn.
Ball played in, up top over, and out. It'll be a goal kick for VBU. We'll also see a pair of substitutions.
For VB United, number 17, Everett McCloskey,
As
into the game replacing number 9,
McCloskey comes in for Taylor. Sammy Murphy also off, and Sam Phillips on.
Isaac, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I agree with this decision from Mills. This game is still well within reach, and the Marauders have been the ones in striking distance all half long. I'm not sure if you're comfortable enough right now to pull off your starting forwards, two of which happen to be arguably your two best players in Murphy and Taylor. You can make the case for either or. Nonetheless, an interesting decision from Mills. Let's see if it pays off.
Fresh legs looking for a spark plug down the left side on the run. As flag goes up, Viscuso gets a call on that one.
So Sam Phillips, 6 games played so far in the USL 2 year, 2 games started for 272 minutes of total action. 1 goal in USL 2 play, also a goal against Ashland Town FC in a friendly match about a week ago.
As just entering the 71st minute on the Wawa time clock over there, VBU leading 1-0, trying to add to that lead. The Marauders trying to cancel it. Pass across. Whalen, right side, has a chance. Tries to center off the foot of the defense. Ball is loose in the box. McCloskey collides with one of the defenders, who flops to the turf, drawing the whistle. But VBU, another very strong opportunity, as McCloskey and Wayland countering back the other way. Nothing going, but almost put one in. Then the defender almost put one in himself. It was Khalif right there for the Marauders, who almost gave VBU a 2-0 lead.
In a night where things seemingly have both gone and not gone United's way, they've been pressuring the Marauders for a majority of the night, mainly coming in the first frame. We saw several shots barely missed for Virginia Beach, more specifically one off the leg of Ethan Taylor that hit the end of the crossbar, and instead of just bouncing in, it ricocheted out. That one almost ricocheted off a Marauder defender into the net, instead hitting the crossbar. Virginia Beach surely not ashamed to be a victim of luck, because as they say, Isaac, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be skilled.
Ball played up near midfield, closing the gap and sending one back towards Viscuso, who's going to just blast one into the stands. It'll be a throw-in for VBU.
You mentioned McCloskey. He's making his 5th appearance tonight, Not a whole lot of minutes on the pitch, but once things are said and done tonight, it will be his most significant contribution to a USL 2 game that he's seen all season.
As Ruddy tries to corral midfield, gives back for Kieran. Tradati sidesteps one, feeds left side. McCloskey into the box, chance on the run. Wayland is there, taps it in, and he scores. Micah Wayland, it's 2-0 VBU on the beautiful feed across.
One of the youngest guys on the team, Michael Whalen, making a huge impact here. Gives Virginia Beach some breathing room as we head toward the latter stretch of the game. Whalen, the ODU commit, gets the crowd on its feet as Virginia Beach didn't get a whole lot of pressure so far this second half, but this is one they wanted and they got it to go.
The feed from McCloskey on the far side across. Wayland had Phillips there with him, as we're going to get a water break here in the 73rd minute. VBU hasn't had a ton of opportunities there in half number 2, but they make that win count without a doubt. We've seen that left side of the pitch work for VBU in half number 1. Half number 2, they eventually get back to it. It's McCloskey who feeds it across, and we saw a very aggressive first half from Viscuso too. Maybe a little bit more reserved there, not coming out to get it, and maybe it bit him.
It did bite him. We've seen him come out several times, even in the second half, kicking these balls close to us as opposed to his teammates by thrusting them into the stands. This time he seemed a little lost, didn't know where to go. That slight hesitation allowed Michael Whalen, a brilliant striker, to capitalize. What a moment for the 18-year-old. In a big game, his team clawing at a first-place position. It doesn't get much bigger than that for Wayland, who following the beginning of the season has seen a decreased role, and as things begin to spike up and gentlemen begin to head back to college, it might be Wayland that they call upon late in games to create a spark.
2-0, 74th minute for Virginia Beach United.
14 was unassisted. Referees have called for mandatory water break.
So the Wayland goal officially unassisted, but even though he won't get a credited assist, don't take anything away from that pass from McCloskey. as that was a thing of beauty put right where it needed to be to give VBU that 2-goal lead and a slight bit of a cushion after weathering the storm from the Marauders to start half number 2.
Yeah, stats only tell part of the story, which is why they are so good yet flawed. McCloskey, that play doesn't happen there without him. A fantastic pass, as you mentioned. But I was criticizing Coach Mills just moments ago for switching out this forward group, and it worked, and it translated to scores quickly. It hadn't even been 10 minutes since we've seen this new unit.
Number 17.
As now we get an official scoring addition, adding the assist to McCloskey.
So you will see it in the score sheet, which he deserves because it was a beautiful pass.
Throw into Lucci Lip. He collides with Ruddy. Throw in for the Marauders.
Number 17, Everett McCloskey, has been awarded the assist.
Marauders had some jump and some pep in their step. We'll see if they can get it back. Whalen tracking this one down all the way to Viscuso. VBU is certainly looking for that spark plug of sorts. Here in half number 2 is a chance for the Marauders coming back. That one goes out, and it'll be a throw-in for Trinidadi on the far side of the pitch. But Whalen certainly seeming to come in with a whole lot of energy. A spark plug of sorts, using those long strides to try to create some space. Has 1 goal from it. We'll see if he's able to create anything else. Flag goes up on the offside. We have a pair of Marauders down.
That's been Whalen's best weapon so far this season, is strictly his endurance and his unrelenting speed. That's what he's done best this year, is challenge these keepers by charging at them with a back pass from opposing defenders. You saw him tracking down Viscuso a couple minutes ago, and he's going to keep doing it. He seemingly never runs out of energy, and that's likely due in part to his 18-year-old fresh young legs.
Ball played to the middle. Stoffel looks, feeds through. Phillips into the box. Chance shot, save made. There again, Whalen just sends it high.
That would have been beautiful, Isaac, if you called that. Unfortunately, I don't think Whalen wanted to give you too much credit. Sailed that one just into the uprights, the yellow ones, not the white crossbar posts.
Not to take away from the save from Viscuso, though, in the play by Phillips. Phillips earning his own space and time there. Just unable to finish, but Wayland almost had number 2.
Yeah, and it's clear that Coach Mills is feeling a little more comfortable. A pair of defensemen seemingly up and loosening up. It looks like it's Aiden Cass and Ben Wilkinson, if my eyes don't deceive me.
As into the box, Potter shrugs off the attacker, rolls the ball to Hermoso. VBU still with a couple of substitutions after the eminent ones you mentioned, with Cass and Wilkinson warming up.
The lone guy left would be Maloney, who is a goalkeeper. I'm not sure if Mills will make that move, especially considering that his starter hasn't even seen a whole lot of action. Might just want to play it safe.
Taken through the middle. Coughed up. Here's Phillips again. Has an opportunity. Crosses past his man into the box. Shot, save made. Off the bounce. Header directed. Pushed out. A chance for Stoffel. Phillips, have yourself a night, young man. He's been pressuring all over. Had another good look there, foiled by Viscuso.
If we're talking strictly dribbling between Virginia Beach United attackers, or attackmen, excuse me, he might be the team's best. He's one of the very few that actually have the skill and athleticism, along with Ethan Taylor, to blow past defenders while maintaining close possession of the ball. He's been a shot creator so far in this second half.
Played up top, chipped into the box there. Header across. Hermoso going to track it down. Flag goes up.
The Marauders beginning to catch United offsides a little bit. Officials using their flags quite more as well.
Viscuso just going to take a little bit of time here. 78 minutes, 16 seconds elapsed in this one. Virginia Beach United leading the Marauders 2-0 on the Wawa scoreboard. Into the middle, Lucci Lee. Ruddy. Swung around, loose ball. Wayland tries to get in, pulled away the defense from the Marauders. Great tackle by Wayland. VBU swings to Hermoso. Far side, it's McCloskey. VBU weathering that storm in the early parts of half number 2. Getting on the board and have had some back-to-back great chances, looking for another one there as it was Lighting. Bounces one toward the keeper, lost his footing as he let it fly. And the Marauders back towards midfield.
Right now, Virginia Beach would pick up 2 in the goal differential column, which would place it ahead of Charlottesville Blues FC, who has 9 alongside United, which is tied for first in the division. But if you're Chris Mills and you really want to nitpick, the Blues walked away with a +5 goal advantage against this Marauders team. You've got to be hopeful that maybe your squad can net one more to maybe increase that gap as we head towards tiebreaker season potentially if things continue to be close.
As a couple of substitutions coming on, looks like Jonathan Lighting going to jog his way off the pitch. In addition to him, it looks like Trinati going to be the other man. Wilkinson and Cass, as you mentioned, come on.
Ben Wilkinson has been listed as a reserve for Virginia Beach United coming into USL2 matches. Finally sees the pitch after an impressive performance Saturday night. Aiden Cass, this is familiar territory for the Lynchburg product. 4 games played so far during this Virginia Beach United USL2 season.
Number 12. Jonathan J. Man
Cass the opportunity to face his collegiate goalkeeper.
Number 18.
See if those two get a chance to stare each other down.
Ben Wilkinson comes in and replaces Franco Trinati.
Played up to the middle. Ruddy taps it over. Stoffel tries to split the D. He wanted to feed to McCloskey. Couldn't get it to him.
Nice play there by Hermoso.
And whistle goes against Wayland. 81.5 minutes elapsed. Just about 8.5 remaining here in the second half. VBU leading 2-0.
Likely to see a few minutes of extra time, but if the Marauders want to walk away with at least a draw, they need to get into action sooner rather than later.
VBU looking to claim their 3rd straight victory and extend their unbeaten streak to 7.
What a feat that would be for these guys.
Ball goes off Wilkinson and out. It'll be a throw in for the Marauders.
We talked last weekend, I guess, Saturday night, Isaac, about when this United team was down against DC United U23, what it meant for this squad to face adversity, for it had not been down in a match in over a month. Obviously, you don't wish for this team to see adversity in USL2 play, but you mentioned that unbeaten streak. This team has definitely been tested nonetheless, and that has molded this group of guys back together They have one objective, however, and it was said beautifully by Cooper Kieran. They're not looking for moral victories. They're looking strictly to win matches. And it looks like they're going to walk away with one tonight.
Still 7 minutes and stoppage time left. Kieran tracks down his man, but ball kicked back to the middle. Marauders will look to regroup, swing around to the far side.
Physicality has definitely succumbed as we've gotten into these later minutes.
Into the middle, up top, taken away. Marauders trying to mount some offense of their own, make a late push. Lucci Lip centering chance, tipped off, and that one just goes off the outside of the post. A dangerous opportunity and a dangerous space for the Marauders, but Potter is there. We stay 2-0, just passing the 84th minute.
That's the first true lapse in the defense we've seen all night from Virginia Beach. Although the Marauders have been putting on the pressure in the second half, this defensive unit has been unbreaking. That time yielding a little bit, almost a Marauders score.
Ruddy's through ball intercepted. Leads to a bouncer in the middle of the pitch. They'll find McCloskey. Works through with Stoffel. Played right side, has a man on the run. Chance. Phillips wanted it off the volley, instead sent it off the defender. Corner kick for VBU.
VBU United corner kick.
5.5 minutes to go. Beach leading 2-0.
Great job by Mateo Leach, sprinting back across the pitch to stop that shot. He's up right outside the box, traditionally rivaling Potter as a forward. Great effort there.
Into the box, back post. Ball rolls through the legs of Condit. And all the way out, it'll be a throw-in for United. Condit was there, just kind of caught through his legs at the last minute.
Condit not getting a whole lot of attention tonight. His night has been pretty uneventful as Wilkinson will trot over to take the throw-in. He showcased his long throw-ins for us Saturday night, did rather well. Looks like he'll get the call to show what he can do even more.
Ball in, header up, top corner looking for it, unable to get it to go. As it was Hermoso looking for number 2. He opened the scoring in the 36th minute.
The captain down now, however.
Certainly one of the contenders for man of the match. Should the results stay this way.
He's been everywhere tonight, Isaac. Sorry to cut you off there for a moment. But Hermoso, a guy that you've seen mainly this season playing the role of leader and veteran, staying back. Tonight he's getting given the opportunity to move up into these scoring chances, and he's capitalized. He's the only man on this team that has not sat a minute of USL2 play, and there's a reason. He's the team's leader, he's the team's veteran, and he's one of the better players on this squad.
Marauders swing back through. About to enter the 88th minute. 2-0 VBU leading. Lucci Lip tries to sprint up past a couple of United players. Will do so. Wilkinson, though, plays up for Phillips. Has Wayland on the run with him. Sprints past one man. That one played out and tried to center it. It was off the Lucky Oyster party deck and for a corner kick for VBU.
Phillips getting busy once more, but that all starts with that great play there by Wilkinson, reaching that right leg out and forwarding that pass up to Phillips, the Messiah product, who scored a dozen goals this past year at the collegiate level. And I can kind of see why at this point he's active on the offensive side of the ball.
A strong appearance in relief for Phillips. Long corner, back post. headed out by the Marauders. They'll try to clear. Ruddy had it for a moment. Gets it back. Pressure's over. McCloskey. Space. Rips one. That's scooped up by Viscuso. As he's going to give a shove to Stoffel. Stoffel was standing at the top of the box, and Viscuso showing a little bit of a hot-headed tendency. Now arguing with the official a little bit. And behind the official, some of the Marauders getting in the face of a couple of the United players, including Stoffel. Johnson is there. He's got a card. He's gotten into some extracurriculars with the United players.
Viscuso and Johnson have been nothing short of vocal all night, and they've transformed that vocalness into physicality and some rather abrasive taunting. It could be frustration for being down 2-0, but the other argument is you're down 2-0, maybe keep a level head and get these guys when you see them in a few weeks. And discussion with both players as time continues to tick. We enter the 90th minute. Viscuso still whining his case to the official. Time continuing to run down. Rolls up, he gets his bubble around him, plays out towards the middle of the pitch. Header back, 2-0, VBU leading. Long ball played on the run, Phillips tracks it down into the box, has a man coming in, it's Wayland. He cuts back to the middle, shot deflected by the keeper, out, and it'll be a corner kick for VBU, but another good opportunity for Phillips and Wayland. Those two continue to make a statement with their play late in this one. If Wayland is just maybe a yard to his left, he's right there for the rebound. Just not quick enough to react to that, and I don't know if anybody necessarily is. That one ricocheted rather hard off Viscuso. Phillips, though, clearly the alpha on the attack right now, leading the way continuously for United, as it appears that Wilkinson will take the corner kick. 2 minutes of stoppage time added. And that stoppage time continuing to tick away. Short corner. Marauders take it away. Whistle goes against VBU. All things considered, Isaac, that 2 minutes might seem a little stingy. And with that, that's exactly what VBU is trying to do right there, is just kind of run out the final 2 minutes. So the whistle goes. This one has concluded. VBU taking it by a final of 2-0 over the Virginia Marauders. VBU moves to 6-1-1 on the season. They move into a tie with Lionsbridge at 19 points for the division lead here in the Chesapeake Division. Scoring in this one, Bamba Hermoso got things started in the 36th minute, and then Michael Wayland would add the insurance marker in the 73rd minute to make it 2-0, and that's where we would wrap up. Griffin Potter claiming the clean sheet once again. VBU extends their unbeaten streak to 7, and what a streak it's been, but what a performance tonight by VBU. Really dominant from start to finish, apart from a short span at the start of half two. United did everything it aimed to do tonight, and it executed it flawlessly. No goals allowed. They had that one lone shot, really, that was dangerous, that we saw just about 12 minutes ago, that ricocheted off that outside post. The attack was active. The midfield played clean. Potter, no mistakes, didn't fall asleep. And they walk away with 3 points in the standings, a victory, 2-0. Add that to the goal differential, it makes it 11 for United. That's best in the division. All things considered, this is exactly what United wanted to do and more. And we've talked about the offense. Obviously, you can't win games without scoring, but defensively, VBU now only giving up 4 goals in USL League 2 play.
One of those coming to Lionsbridge, two of those coming to Patuxent in a pair of games, one to Christos. But this VBU defense continues to be very good and very stingy when they need to be.
It's funny, 3 of the goals succumbed by Virginia Beach have come to bottom feeders in the division. But nonetheless, the defense, 8 games played, 4 goals allowed. That's best for 3rd in all of USL 2. Listen, this is one of the best defense. This is the best defense as of right now in the Chesapeake Division and one of the best defenses in the country. I can't speak for all 127 other teams, but the numbers don't lie. This United defense has been unrelenting, and they kept the pressure on the Marauders tonight, forcing turnovers, making them work for every shot and possession they got, and it was an overall fantastic performance by Virginia Beach.
VBU takes their second straight 2-0 victory, this time over the Marauders. We'll be right back here at the Sportsplex on Saturday evening as they host Christos FC in their USL 2 home season finale. Thanks for tuning in with us. We'll talk to you on Saturday. VBU takes it 2-0 over the Marauders.